Hi, Chris. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Coffee?
No, thanks. I'm good. Do you mind if we get right to the point? I'm in the middle of rounds and I'm running late. So, what's this about?
Well, Chris, it's about your behavior not meeting professional conduct standards.
My behavior. What are you talking about?
Well, let's just say that complaints have been coming in for quite some time now through informal channels about the way you treat other members of your surgical team in OR.
I don't know what to say. I think I get along fine with the OR team.
Well, actually, Chris, none of the nurses will work with you anymore. And now one of the anesthesiologists has come to see me. There's talk of a formal complaint, and nobody wants that. If a grievance is filed, we'll be tied up in red tape for months.
A formal complaint, really? Look, you're going to have to give me some details because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Come on, Chris, I think you know what this is about. You have really high standards, and you've always been outspoken, but now it's beginning to get out of hand. A lot of complaints are coming in about you raising your voice to members of the staff. Are you aware that half the staff is afraid of you?
Look, Mike. Well, Mike, as you know, the kind of procedures that I do are high risk. The nurses and anesthetists know this. Maybe some of the rest of the staff should grow up and learn to deal with the difficulties of working in a high-pressure job. I don't know who you've been talking to, but...
Well, the latest complaint pertains to an incident in the OR last Wednesday when you spoke particularly harshly to a junior nurse. Apparently, an instrument wasn't readily available when you wanted it.
That's what this is about, really? Yeah, I admit I lost it on that nurse because I'd had it. Look, I'm the one who should have come to you with a complaint. I was well into an emergency C-section. I was about to open the uterus, and the bottom end of the Balfour is nowhere to be found. I can't afford that kind of delay in an emergency. If there's any bad outcomes, it's me that's held responsible.
I can understand that, and I can see why you got frustrated, but do you have any idea how difficult it is to recruit and retain qualified nursing staff? Everybody else, including all the other surgeons, seem to be handling this type of a situation without resorting to name-calling and yelling, which, by the way, qualifies as abusive behavior.
Well, maybe all the other surgeons don't share my high standards or my low rate of post-op complications. And besides, that nurse actually done almost the same thing to me 2 days earlier. Look, Mike, I don't think we can afford to keep those kind of people around.
This is not the first time you've used high standards as an excuse for taking out your frustrations on people.
With all due respect, you have no idea what it's like in there. If I'm to get my job done, I need everyone on deck fully at speed. And I'm not going to put up with crap from people who seemingly can't be bothered to do their jobs. Look, if someone can't remember a simple instruction 2 days later, they shouldn't even be in there.
You know, I'm not going to argue with you about the competence of the OR staff. The bottom line is, you don't seem to respect other members of your surgical team. You need to start controlling your temper and to treat people with more respect.
Oh, so what you're saying is I should respect people who haven't earned it? This sounds like a witch hunt. The other people, my colleagues, are just attacking me and they're making me a scapegoat for someone else's incompetence.
Chris, I'm just doing my job, and believe it or not, I'm trying to do you a favor. We have policies and codes of conduct. You know that. And your behavior will have consequences if it continues. You can't expect to tell your coworkers they are moronic idiots and worse than useless without there being repercussions. I feel a responsibility.
Whoa, repercussions. Wow, that really sounded like a threat there. Do you know how many other hospitals would love to have me on their staff? I do more laparoscopic hysterectomies than any OBGYN around here, and I have the lowest complication rate of anyone. I'm not going to put up with crap, and I'm not going to let you try to punish me every time someone gets their nose out of joint because I'm not afraid to speak the truth. Maybe it's time for me to explore my other options.
Wait a minute. I'm sure we don't have to let the situation get out of control. This is not insurmountable, but I have to deal with these complaints. You need to control your temper and start treating people with respect.
Look, Mike, the situation here is incompetent OR staff, not my behavior.
There you go, blaming others. Look, Chris, I can't have staff in the OR refusing to work with you, and I honestly don't think I can field any more of these complaints. I have to be able to assure other members of the senior management team that you have an insight into your situation and that we can expect things to improve. Can you please just tell me you're going to make an effort here?
Fine, I'll make an effort.
Great. That's what I needed to hear. Chris, I really do respect that you are a highly skilled surgeon, and I would like to thank you for coming here today to have this discussion to find some workable solutions. I don't think we'll have to have this conversation again.
Not if I can help it.